We're finished. We're finished, thank Christ.
Never happens quick enough, but you know, it all went really well.
The process was good.
Well, once you're in, it feels like we've been in here for a long time.
It does now.
It was just so easy to build with Montgomery. It was, the whole process was simple.
We're very happy with Montgomery. It's very comfortable to live here. You know, it's very homely. We're just over the moon.
Oh, our visions, I think, have materialised. We had an idea of what we wanted to do.
Yeah, exciting to see it come to fruition, but I think I had a fairly clear vision of what it was going to be like, and it has turned out fairly well that way, so yeah, we're pretty happy.
I'm quite happy with the results, and I think Lynn is too.
The great thing about Montgomery's I found is that they had everything costed. So if you said, look, I want to add a metre on here, or I want to do soundproofing, or anything to do with the basics requirement, it was all costed. It wasn't as if they had to come back to you weeks after. So that was handy. And that was important to us because we had a pretty good idea of the additional expenses that we were going to we were up for to make it the home that we wanted. So it was very important that there weren't big expenses over the budget that were going to stop us doing the things we wanted to. So the peering was an example. We did run into some trouble because there was fill at the front of the block that no one knew about. In fact, the people behind us who have just started building now, they're finding out some issues as well. They've just uncovered 50 metres of copper piping that they wouldn't have known about. But with our fill down the front, it created a lot more work for Montgomery's because they had to go a lot deeper and they had to dig a lot more piers, and they warned us about it and we were expecting the worst, but thankfully, because their estimates were all so good, it came in that the cost was absolutely minimal. It might have been at the end of the day about an extra $250 by the time everything was evened out. So no, we were very fortunate there. Very fortunate. Or well managed, however you want to look at it.
I never expected the building would be as quite a good quality as it turned out to be. The minor outstandings defect list, I think, come to about 23 items, which were mostly just minor things, and I enjoyed that part of it.
So we went out there and did a fair bit of research which builder to go with. And Montgomery, we were very impressed with their houses, what they've built, with their fit, the finishing and all that. We asked around about their tradespeople, they were very, very good. So we decided to go with Montgomery, and they said, well, they'll have it up. And they were 6 weeks ahead of time.
For most people, it's going to be the biggest decision of their life. So I think you definitely owe it to yourself to do your homework, and we did. We had 5 builders that tendered for this job, and look, ultimately what it came down to us was Montgomery's reputation. Really, they just did their reputation and their ability to respond to our questions. They were far more professional than the others we were dealing with. There was no element of, oh, she'll be right. They were the best in that regard, and they certainly didn't disappoint once the project started. Gavin, our project manager, was outstanding, kept us informed all the way along, and look, it never happens quickly enough for you when you want to move into a new home, but in the end, from memory, we moved in probably 8 weeks ahead of schedule, and that was with some pretty bad rain towards the end, so you can't ask for more than that, particularly when you get the finished product that you get. It was absolutely fantastic, and we really had to look hard to find any defects whatsoever. It was really difficult for us to find them. There were plenty after the landscapers had left and chipped things here and there, but when it came time for Montgomery to hand over, we really found it difficult to find any problems at all. And in fact, they even fixed up some of the nicks and bumps that our landscapers and our other tradespeople made without any questions. Yeah, here you go, we'll sort that out for you.
you've got your own construction supervisor who takes care of all the worrying for you. So I had no issues whatsoever. I know it's hard to believe, but that was the case. There was just no issues at all.
You know, my dad was driving us insane with trying to make changes to Montgomery's plan of, and he, you know, had his clipboard and all the rest of it saying, oh, you should do this, this, this and this. And when he got to visit a Mediterranean 2 that had been finished, he just put the clipboard away and said, listen, you know, that's absolutely ideal.
It flows, you know, and yeah, no, they've done, I must say, they've done a really good job with this, the whole thing. The ideas they have is very good, you know.
You just have to go out on the front deck to see the advantages of being on a sloping block. No, we weren't put off by the sloping site at all. What we were surprised about is just how few builders deal with sloping sites. The really big players in the game don't do sloping sites, I suppose because they don't have the expertise to do it, and it probably takes too much time. They'd much prefer just to get a flat block of land and get in and get out and make their money. So I think Montgomery are on a winner there. I had to look really hard to come up with some different options, and the Montgomery name just kept coming back. Now that we've finished the work, we're very happy with the sloping block, and I've got to say, just a straight flat block would be pretty boring, really, when you can walk around here and see all the different aspects that we've got. It's pretty special, and the levels of the house are terrific.
We're very happy with Montgomery. It's very comfortable to live here. You know, it's very homely. We're just over the moon.
The process was good.
It was just so easy to build with Montgomery. It was, the whole process was simple.
Never expected the building would be as quite a good quality as it turned out to be.
I had a fairly clear vision of what it was going to be like, and it has turned out fairly well that way. So, yeah, we're pretty happy.
Very happy, yeah, very happy.
We just want people to walk away very happy, and that's what we do, and that's how we get our work.